If you guys have not heard, this is great. Skip this video because you don't need to hear. But if you have heard, that means that your credit has been significantly impacted from your student loans. I am here to help. Listen, do not be in my comments screaming at me if this doesn't go the way you want it to go. Like I always tell people, nothing is guaranteed, but most of the stuff I do works. So I'm going to share it with y'all. All right, let's get into it. And credit drop 115, even 200 points. I've seen people's credit drop because of the fact that student loans came out of deferment and they want their money. They want their money, and they're hitting people with 120-day late payment reports. They're just, honestly, this is probably the worst I've ever seen credit, because once late payment is causing people's score to go from 800 to 4, like in minutes. I fixed someone's credit, got her all the way to 700. She called me this morning. Her credit dropped 200 and something points. She's dang on it into the 300. So I want to help y'all. I don't want this to be y'all. I don't want you guys to be stressed. So get your pen and paper, get your phone, do whatever you got to do, because I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to get this resolved, and how to get your life back and how to feel confident again with your credit, because this is depressing. All right, let's get into it. You need the Credit Karma app. I don't like Credit Karma, but we need it for this. So go download Credit Karma. Go do what you got to do. Free up some storage in the iPhone. Do what you got to do, but we need Credit Karma. So when you download Credit Karma, you're going to see two things. You're going to see your Vantage score. You're going to see two different scores, which is going to be your Equifax and is going to be your TransUnion. Educate you guys a little bit, because a lot of people ask me this all the time. Why is Credit Karma different than any other scoring model? Credit Karma is different because they're just terrible. I hate to listen. Clearly, Credit Karma not sponsoring me. But Credit Karma has a Vantage score, and it's also showing a Vantage score that is not related to all three credit reports because Experian is missing. Those of you who don't know, there are 3 different credit reporting agencies. There are not only 2 that show up on Credit Karma. So that's right off the bat. How can you go if something's accurate if you can't see all the scoring models, right? But the Vantage and the FICO score is usually what is more widely used when you're trying to buy a car, when you're trying to get a mortgage, things like that. So those of you guys who see your Credit Karma says you have a 700 and then you go get a car and it's like you only got a 5, it's because the scoring model is different. It's being calculated differently. That's why I always tell people free is not always good, right? So pay for a credit monitoring if you want to see all 3, and you want to see all 3 that's accurate, and you want to see all 3 that's accurate that is going to be used when you go purchase. You don't want to have your hopes up about this Credit Karma number, and that's not really what is most accurate. So that is the fun fact about why the scoring is different with Credit Karma versus when you go into your phone app, or maybe even when you go on Experian, or if you use something like My Score IQ, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, things like that. All right, now that we got that out the way, you're going to go in and you're going to click one of your scores where the student loans is showing up. If it's both, and we're going to have to do this process for both. So you go in, you're going to click, ding. You're going to go and click on your student loans, right? So you should be able to see like at the bottom where it says like Department of Education, something like that. You're going to click on that and you're going to click dispute. And in the dispute, it's very simple. Don't click the button dispute. When you click dispute, they're going to ask you a couple of things. What is the reason for your disputing? This is inaccurate. This is wrong, right? You're going to put inaccurate. And then it's going to ask you to explain what happened. Now, I am going to write it out for y'all because you guys are going to be like, can you say that again, what you said? So I'm going to write it out. So look at the bottom of this screen on what you should say. Copy and paste it, right? You are basically going to let them know that they have violated the law, but I'm going to tell you how to actually write it. So once you write that in the explanation, you are then going to click submit, and you're going to wait. And most likely you're going to see something on the screen that looks like this. I'm going to put it right here. and it's going to say either it was approved or denied. Most of the people, they have been getting approved. 9 times out of 10, it's going to get deleted. Or they're going to fix what they did wrong with updating your late payments. Do not overcomplicate this. Do not be like, what did she say? She didn't say it like that. You're going to go in. You're going to go to your student loans. You're simply going to click dispute. And in the dispute, it's going to ask you what's wrong. You're going to say it's inaccurate, right? Then in the explanation, you're going to insert exactly what I'm going to put down here, and you're going to submit, and you're going to wait for your approval. Thank me later. And if this has helped you, if you get results, if you like this girl knows she's talking about, make sure you tell me and tell a friend to tell a friend so they can get their life together too, because these student loans should not be stopping you. All right, I love y'all. I hope this helped. If you need anything else, holla at me.